welcome to the Dice Tower. This is the Origins Summer Preview with the Dice Tower, done at the Origins Game Fair 2013 in conjunction both with the Dice Tower and the Game and Manufacturers Association, GAMA. In this series of videos, we talk to different publishers and designers about games that have just come out or that are about to come out in the future. Here's today's video with your host, Eric Summer.
Our coverage of Origins 2013 continues. I have Rob from Stoneblade Entertainment, and we are discussing SolForge.
Yes.
What's this all about?
So SolForge is our new project. You may be familiar with the Ascension deck building game. It was incredibly popular for us. We've sold tons of copies, and we have some new stuff coming out for that this summer. But we wanted to do a digital-only product, and we teamed up with Richard Garfield, the creator of Magic the Gathering, and Justin Gary from our company, the creator of Ascension, worked together to create SolForge. SolForge is a collectible digital game. It works like a trading card game in that you have cards that you can add to your collection. You can build decks. There'll be drafts, constructed tournaments, and the game is completely free to play. You can download it, build decks, play with your friends, play versus the computer, and you can do all that for free. You'll get new cards as you play. You also have the addition of buying digital packs if you want to expand your collection more quickly, or buy entries into tournaments, those sorts of things. The current version of the game is currently available now on the iPad. This is a beta version of the game, and you have various decks that are pre-constructed that you can play versus your friends in pass and play mode, or you can play versus the AI. We also have a version that will be coming soon to Steam, early access, and so you'll be able to play it on your PC. And by the end of the year, we're going to be having it available for Android and for iPhone as well. So a lot of platforms are coming.
And do the platforms connect to each other?
Yes, it's a cross-platform game. So you have an account, and you can log into that account from any of these devices. So you could, for example, start in a tournament at home on your PC, and then log out on your PC and log in on your phone and continue playing as you're taking the bus. So it's got wonderful cross-platform playability.
Great. Well, let's take a look at the game.
All right. So this is SolForge. So if we click on that, you can see you have 5 cards. This is your hand here. There's no cost to play a card. All you need to do to play a card is grab it, lift it up, and drop it into one of these 5 rows. On the very first turn of the game, you get to play 1 card. For the rest of the game, you're going to be playing 2 cards per turn. At some point during your turn, you have to press the battle button, and when you press the battle button, all the creatures will attack on both sides of the table. So if I press battle, this guy attacks, and my opponent's score goes from 100 down to 96. Then I press end turn, and the computer player will take its turn. And we can see that he played a creature, pressed battle, the 2 creatures fought each other, and then he played another creature. Now, cards in this game have levels, and because this game is digital only, we can do some really cool things that you can't do with a physical game. So if you double click on a card, you can see this is a Forged Plate Sentry. He's got 4 offense and 4 health, and he's got the ability Armor 1, and if you click on the ability, it tells you what it does, and this prevents the first damage dealt to it each turn. So this is the card, and if I play it on the battlefield, that's what I'll get. But in addition, the card also levels up into this level 2 Forged Plate Sentry, which you can see is much better. He's a 9/9 with armor 3, and that leveled up version goes into the discard pile. It's like your card splits in half and becomes 2 cards. The 1 card in play and the leveled up version in your discard pile. You'll notice over here on the right, you have a little green column that's going up. Each turn, this rises a little higher, and at the end of your fourth turn, you will reach, it'll fill up, you'll reach level 2, and this 1 will change to a 2, and your discard pile will shuffle into your deck, and and all those leveled up cards that are in your discard pile will now be available in your deck, so you might start drawing those higher level cards. So the cards I choose to play now will affect what I have in my deck for later. So sometimes you choose to play a card that's best for the board situation immediately, and sometimes you'll play something that will help you in the later game. For example, this Technosmith, he's just a 2/2, and he has no other abilities that'll help him on the board, so he's much worse than that Forge Fight Sentry, for example. However, it says when I play Technosmith, you may discard a card and level it. So he will level himself into an 8/8, and I can choose another card to level up, so I can increase the quality of my deck faster by playing him. So, for example, I can play him on the table, and I can choose to level that Forge Plate Sentry, and he'll go into my discard pile leveled up as well. Then there are also spell cards. Spell cards have an effect, and then they go to your discard pile. So this one, for example, Lightning Spark does 4 damage to target creature or player. So I can take this card, and I can drag it over to my opponent, and his score goes down from 96 to 92. Then at some point during the turn, I have to press battle. Now you notice there was no combat here, and you notice these guys have little circles on them. When you first play a card, it's on defense, and it's not allowed to attack unless it has the special ability Swiftness, which is represented by a little lightning bolt. A card with Swiftness can attack right away. And then you have to press end turn during your turn, and the game continues. And every single card in the game has levels, and you can see the art changes from one level to the next. So there's lots of beautiful art and cool progressions throughout the cards.
Great. So iOS store right now.
iOS store right now. This is a free download. It comes with 2 decks, and you can play pass and play with them, or you can play versus the computer. And it's absolutely free to download. There are additional decks that are pre-constructed decks that are available to purchase them. The additional decks are $5, and if you purchase an additional deck, that'll be in your collection on your account, so you'll be able to access those decks from any machine that you log into, whether it be your iPad, or in the future when we're available for Android and the PC version, you'll be able to access that deck from those as well.
So when people want the news for when you do expand into other platforms, where should they go?
Yeah, you can find all information on SolForgeGame.com. That's SolForge game.com.
Excellent. Thank you very much for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching The Dice Tower and the Origin Summer Preview. We'll see you next time. I'm Tom Vassell, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.